There we go.
Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, December 18th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey, and Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation to stop all of the busyness and rushing around and all of the tasks that we need to do and all of the things that bring us pressure, and to take a breath, just breathe and settle in to recognizing that you are grounded and centered in God who made you, who loves you, and calls you by name. Each time we come together for a Take a Break, Take a Breath session, I've been using a different psalm, and today we're on Psalm 116. It is one of what are called the Hallel Psalms, which are read during the Passover feast and also often read on Holy Thursday in the Christian calendar, the night when Jesus had his Last Supper. This particular psalm has some unusual things about it. Clearly, it's a song of thanksgiving for deliverance from death to life. It is unusual in that it uses the word love the Lord, or the phrase, I love the Lord. Not often found in the Psalms, and it is used here, I love the Lord, because God has heard my cry and God has delivered me from death to life. The other thing that's here that is worthy of comment or note for us is the phrase, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of loved ones. Precious there doesn't mean what it might seem to mean. It means costly. It is costly to God when those who love God die, or any of God's beloved children. So with all of that in mind, I lift up one other piece to you. One of the spirituals that I enjoy a great deal, or one of the songs that I enjoy a great deal, is a song that is based, I think, on this psalm. I love the Lord because he heard my cry. If you Google it, you will most likely find a recording done by Whitney Houston, well known. And there are multiple versions of that on YouTube from different performances. So you can check that out. It's one way of touching base with the idea of the Psalms, which one of the notions of the Psalms, which is that they were to be sung. And so here you have a paraphrase of at least a portion of this psalm, and I invite you to do that. The verses that I chose to focus on are the first two. I love the Lord because he has heard my voice and my supplication. Because he inclined his ear to me, therefore I call on God as long as I live. That's a loving relationship, to call on God as long as we live. So I invite you to go to a place in your house that is quiet. Close the door if the room has a door, and settle into the chair and get comfortable in that chair. Maybe not cross your legs, and feel the support of that chair under the back of your legs, and feel the support of the back of that chair on your back, and the arms of the chair if it has arms under your arms. And close your eyes and breathe. Breathe deeply and slowly. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. Breathe in the breath of life. And breathe out all that does not give you life. Breathe in God's peace. And breathe out all the fears and anxieties and worries that clutter your mind and your soul. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly, and and allow the peace of God to grow and to spread in your body. Maybe today, since we're in the middle of winter, imagine it spreading like warm sunlight. Imagine you are in a place where the sun is shining and its warmth can be felt. And as you sit there, the sun falls on your feet and warms them, and they relax, and then it moves up, and now the sun has moved so that it's falling on your legs, and as it does so, the tensions in the muscles of your legs are relaxed. And as it falls on your stomach, the warmth of that sun settles your stomach and calms any jitters that are in your stomach. And as it falls on your chest, your breathing is slow and deep and calm. And your heart rate slows to a resting pace. As it falls on your back, the warmth of that sun penetrates into the muscles and releases the tensions that are there. As it falls on your shoulders relax. If they've been hunched, they drop. It falls on your arms and your hands. And maybe you turn your hands palms up and open to feel the warmth of that light, to receive the grace and peace and love of God. As it falls on your neck, the warmth of that light, the peace of God, unknots the knots that are in your neck, releases the tensions, and if there were pains, the pains are eased. As it falls on your face, you can maybe even begin to smile, and the muscles in your jaw relax. And if you've been furrowing your brow, it relaxes. And as it lands on your head, it penetrates deep into your mind. And all of the things that have been rushing around in your mind begin to slow and calm and be still. You are bathed in the sunlight of God. And God's peace fills you and surrounds you. And you know that you are loved. Imagine for a moment in your mind's eye a path. It's a broad and wide path, and it's a sunny day, and you can feel the warmth of the sun. You're all by yourself on this path. You're thinking about all of the things that have been unfolding in your life and during the pandemic. All of the struggles especially. And since you're all by yourself, you begin to call out, "Oh God, help me. Help me." And then in the distance, you see someone running towards you. And you recognize and realize that it is the presence of God coming to you. You hear a voice that calls out, I love you. You are my child. I am here for you. The presence comes closer and closer and closer until the two of you stand face to face. There are smiles on your faces, and you embrace, and you find a place to sit. It could be on a log, it could be on a rock, it could be in the grass. And God's presence says to you, I heard your cry. Let's talk. I'll be quiet while the two of you talk for a while. And then the time comes to say goodbye for now. And you know you can always come back to this place and have a similar conversation anytime you want. God is always waiting and listening and ready to hear your cry. The two of you say goodbye in whatever way is appropriate. And then you let that image fade away. And you imagine the room where you are. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Well, that's Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, December 18th. If you want to talk with me or pray with me, or if you have feedback for me, send it to rick@prospectchurch.org.